Dear students and all viewers of this class. So, my subject is cryptography and network security. Before going to that, I would like to introduce myself. I am Dr. Anjaya, working as professor of CSC, St. Peter's Engineering College, Hyderabad. So, now today's class, we would like to discuss what is public key, what is private key, what is RSA algorithm, how it implements. So, when compared to all public key encryption algorithms, so how RSA is best suitable, we would like to discuss all these aspects. So, before going to that, first of all, we would like to go for what is private key cryptography, right? So later on we will go for what is public key cryptography. So what is the difference between private key and public key? So like all these issues we are going to discuss now here. Traditional private or secret or single key cryptography uses one key. So when coming to here, so if you see traditional private, secret or single keys are same. They may use only one key, whereas public is different. Just you remember, private key is nothing but only one key. Either it may be called as a private key, either it may be called as a secret key, either it may be called as a single key, right? But here we can use only one key, that is called private key, and shared by both sender and receiver. So it will be shared by both sender and receiver. This key is disclosed to communications are compromised, and this key is also symmetric. Parties are equal. Those two parties are equal, and they are sharing the same key. Hence, does not protect sender from and the receiver forging a message and claiming sent by sender. So now here we may not protect us from the sender. So why? Because it is same symmetric. Same key must be given to sender and receiver. So this is about the brief characteristics of private key cryptography. And now we would like to discuss next topic as public key cryptography. Right? Probably the most significant advance in the 3000 years history of cryptography is most popular. It uses two keys, that is a public and private key. So this is also called as asymmetric. And what actual asymmetric is? So two parties, they may not use equal keys. They may not use same keys. So they may use public key and private key. Two keys they are using. That is called public key cryptography. Just we have to remember, public key cryptography uses two, private key and public key, and uses clever application of number of theoretic concepts or two functions, and complements rather than replaces private crypto systems. So this is about regarding the key characteristics of public key, right? Now here, why public key cryptography? Why we require public key cryptography? So like to discuss. So it is developed to address two key issues. One is key distribution. Second one is digital signatures. Here we are going to address the two key issues. Key distribution. So what is key distribution is how to have a secure communication in general without having trust a KDC with your key. What is KDC means? Key Development Center. So that is Key Distribution Center. We may call it as a Key Distribution Center, right? A Key Development Center. We may call it as KDC. So now here we're having trust to develop this key. So the key from key will be distributed to this KDC. And next aspect is digital signatures. How to verify a message comes intact from the claim sender. So this is a second. And now another issue of this public cryptography is why we is required public cryptography is public invention due to Whitefield Diffie Martin Hellman. It standard in Union in 1976. So known early in classified community. So the scientist who is given a strong foundation for this public cryptography is Diffie Martin Hellman. So in Stanford University, right in 1976, he was given. foundation for how this public key cryptography can use, right? So now here, public key cryptography. So what actually public key cryptography? How we are going to play this cryptography? How we are injecting? We'll see. Now here, public key, right? Public key, that nothing but two keys. Two keys are asymmetric, right? Here. So now here, public key, two keys asymmetric cryptography involves use of two keys. Now, as per our discussion, here we are involving two keys. One is public key and another one is private key. So what is public key is which may be known by anybody and can be used to encrypt messages and verify signatures. That is called public key. And whereas private key means only the recipient used to decrypt the message and sign, create signatures. That is private key, right? So just these are the two difference. Public key will known everyone, for those who are participating in entire network, to encrypt the message, whereas private key is only recipient can receive the private key and he has decrypt the message. That is actually private key. We require a lot of clarity between what is public key, what is private key, right? And is asymmetric because so these two public key cryptography is asymmetric. Why? Because those who encrypt the message or verify signatures cannot decrypt the message or create signatures. So those who are going to encrypt the same person may not decrypt. That's why. So this is asymmetric. So this is the key issue here. And next, public key cryptography. We will see what actually public key cryptography, how it involves basic building block diagram will shows. So initially plain text input is there, right? So this plain text input it is given to this encryption algorithm. Example RSA will discuss in detail. So encryption algorithm, and here Bob's public key ring. So in Bob public keys ring, Joy, Mike, Ali, Ted. So these are all participating in entire Bob's public key ring. And now here Alice public key, with help of this Alice public key is going to encrypt, and this is transmitted ciphertext. And after this, so now here decryption algorithm in decryption. So decryption will be done with help of Alice private key, right? Here with help of Alice public key is encrypted, and here with help of Alice private key is decrypting. Then finally is producing plain text as output. So this is about what actually how public key operation is involved. So initially, now here coming to a public key characteristics. Public key algorithms are rely on two keys where it is computationally infeasible to find a decryption key and knowing only algorithm and encryption key. It is computationally easy to encrypt and decrypt the messages when the relevant encryption decryption key is known. And next, either of the two related keys can be used for encryption, with the other used for decryption for some algorithms. So these are the key characteristics. Just we have to observe all these three very important key characteristics of public key cryptography. So now here public key crypto systems. Actually, these public key how these public key crypto systems are involved. You see here message source X, right? Now here the encryption algorithm, right? So then X encryption algorithm, then Y encryption algorithm, then Z decryption algorithm, then once again Y decryption algorithm, then message destination as X. Now here what happens is just source A, destination B. These two parties are communicating. Just initially what happens is message source X, right? So message destination. So we have to send the X message to source from to destination. So now here, so X source message, and we are receiving the destination message as X, right? Source A, destination B, right? Now in between, how we are going to perform is, so we are performing encryption algorithm. Once again here, we're performing encryption algorithm, we perform decryption algorithm, and we perform decryption algorithm. Now here what happens is here keys are involving key pair source PR of A. That means A of private key. PR means private key of A. Then PU of A, public key of A, public key of A. Then here also PU of B, public key of B, and PR of B. private key of B. Now here what happens is, just here we may have the possibilities. With the help of these two possibilities, two keys we may involve, public key and private key. This is the actual blueprint for how public key cryptography system will works. Now here what actually want to carry here is private key and public key, both two keys we are using here, right? We may encrypting with help of private key and public key, and we may decrypting with help of private key and public key. That is the message here. That's all. Now coming to here, public key applications, right? So it can classify users into three categories: encryption, decryption, and provide secrecy. Digital signatures provide authentication, and key exchange of session keys, right? So these are the three important categories. So some algorithms suitable for all the users, others are specific to one, right? So this is about regarding public applications and security of public key schemes. So what are the securities of public key schemes? Now here, like private key schemes, brute force exhaustive search attack is always theoretically possible, but keys used are too large, greater than 512 bits, right? Security relies on large enough differences in difficult between easy encryption and decryption and hard problems, right? And more generally, the hard problem is known, but is made hard enough to be impractical to break, and requires the use of very large numbers, and hence the slow compared to private key schemes. Now here, these are the security of public key schemes. What actually is, it is very slow when compared to the private key schemes, and requires very large numbers, right? And it is very hard problem to break. Its impractical break its operation, and the security lies in encryption and decryptions, right? And keys are too large, right? And so these are the securities of public key schemes. With the help of all these, public key is a very high secure. Now we'll see the best example and popular public key algorithm is RSA, so which is developed by Raivesh Shalimar Adliman of MIT in 1977. These three scientists invented. That's why the name is dedicated as RSA, Raivesh Shalimar Adliman. So best known as widely used public key scheme. So based on exponential in a infinite and over integers model to a prime, right? So we'll see how this public key encryption, how it is involves exponential operations, right? How large integers we are using. So how we are providing security, what is the cost factoring of large numbers, right? How we are going to take factorization, right? How we are taking the operations. So we'll see all these in RSA. It is very widely known as public key encryption algorithm, so which is developed by these three scientists in MIT campus, right, in 1977. So we'll see discuss in detail how public key crypto system will works, right? Now RSA key setup. Each user generates a public/private key pair by selecting two large primes at random. Now here we are going to select two large prime numbers, that is p comma q, and computing their system modules n equals to p dot q, right? And note pi of n equal to p minus 1 comma q minus 1. So we are going to calculate here two factors. First we have taken two random numbers p comma two large prime numbers, two large prime numbers randomly p comma q, and we are going to computing their system modules n equal to p dot q. That is the first calculation. And second one is we are going to calculating pi of n equal to p minus 1 into q minus 1, and select at random the generation of key. Now key generation is very very important here. So selecting at random the encryption key is where 1 less than or equal to e less than or equal to pi of n, comma gcd of e comma pi of n equal to 1. So this is very very important how we are going to select the key. So solve following equation to find decryption key D. So here how we are going to follow to decrypt the keys. E dot d equal to 1 modulus of pi of n. Now we are going to see here E dot d equal to E into d equal to 1 of modulus of pi n and 0 less than or equal to d less than or equal to n. Publish their public encryption key equal to pu of is equal to e comma n. Pu means public key, right? And keep secret private decryption keys pr comma d comma n, right? Now here if you see this means encryption, d means decryption, n means here number of numbers, integer number we have taken here, modulus we have calculated n equal to p dot q, right? And whereas pr means private, pu means public, right? So next step we will see. Then RSA use, how we are going to use is RSA. So now here to encrypt a message M, the sender obtains public key of recipient PU equal to E comma N and compute C equal to M to the power of E modulus of N. So this is our required equation where ciphertext C means here ciphertext, right? So like to compute C M to the power of E modulus of N where 0 less than or equal to M less than or equal to N, right? To decrypt the ciphertext C, right? The owner uses their private key PR, right? The PR is D comma N, decryption of comma N. N we have calculated, right? Computes M equal to. So original message M equal to ciphertext of D C to the power of D. So we are decryption of ciphertext, right? Decryption of ciphertext modulus of N, right? We are performing. Now here we are performing here compute C equal to message of E, that is nothing but encryption of original message. Original of encryption of original message will be converted to ciphertext, right? Plain text will be converted to ciphertext. Now here once again ciphertext will be decrypted. Decryption of ciphertext modulus of n equal. Then note that the message m must be smaller than the modulus of n, right? Next, why RSA works? Because of Euler's theorem. So here a to the power of pi of n modulus of n equal to 1, where GCD a comma n equal to 1. In RSA we have n equal to p dot q, pi of n equal to p minus 1 into q minus 1. Carefully choose E and D to be inverse modulus of pi of n. Hence E dot D equal to 1 plus k dot pi of n for some k. Hence C to the power of D equal to m into e to the power of D into D equals to m to the power of 1 plus k dot pi of n equal to m to the power of 1 into m to the power of pi of n come on the whole to the power of k. Now that is equal to m to the power of 1 into 1 to the power of 1, that is equal to m to the power of 1, that is equal to m modulus of n, right? So this is how the derivation of particular our equation, right? So this is about regarding RSA and how the equation is derived. So now we'll see the example of RSA, how we are going to perform. So this is very very important. Select prime numbers. Now here we are selecting two prime numbers, p equal 17 and q equal 11. Now here we have selected two prime numbers and compute n equal to p comma q, that is equal to 17 into 11, that is equal to 187. Compute pi of n equal to p minus 1 into q minus 1, that is equal to 16 into 10, that is equal to 160. Select GCD e comma 160, that is equal to 1. Choose e equal to 7, right? And determine d is equal to 1 modulus of 160. So now here d means decryption 1 modulus of 160 and d less than 160. Now value is d equal to 23, right? So it's 23 into 7 161. Just now here for the sake of our implication Euler's theorem, based upon Euler's theorem, so we are selected as 23 into 7 is equal to 161, right? So 10 into 160 plus 1, 10 into 160, that is equal to plus 1, right? So now here publish public key pu equal to 7 comma 187 and keep secret private key pr equal to 23 comma 187. 187 nothing but n, right? Here 187 n. So where 7 is equal to, right? We have seen previously 7 comma 23 right? What actually we have seen based upon the equation 187 is nothing but now here n constant n. So now here this private key and public key we have generated. This is public key and this is private key. With the help of these two, so we have performed simple RSA encryption decryption is given message m equal to 88, right? And encryption operation is c equal to 8 to the 88 to the power of 7 modulus of 187 equal to 11. And decryption of m equal to 11 to the power of 23 modulus of 187 equal to 88. Now here, so original message is 88, then we are encrypted as 11, and once again 11 will be decrypted as 88, right? So this is what actually this RSA algorithm will works, right? Now here simple, we have seen how this exponential how it will works, right? So this is regard RSA algorithm anyhow. So I would like to see in detail the more examples of this RSA algorithm in the upcoming class. And thank you very much those who are listening the class. Thank you. We'll see next topic in upcoming classes, right?